Sunday, fun day. Finally time to chill and enjoy my life.
Hey, mind if I join you?
Oh no, not again.
Hey, I was thinking, is coffee really such a good idea now? I mean, it's already past 4 and you know that you'll feel kind of jittery tonight. Do you really want to have another sleepless night and start the week like a zombie again? But hey, you do you. Maybe it'll help you prepare yourself for the small talk tomorrow at the coffee machine so you'll look less like a socially awkward jerk. Remember when you dropped your coffee pot and flooded the entire office? Speaking of work, do you already know how to tell the annoying client that you overspent the budget? He won't be amused. But no worries, there will be enough work to distract yourself with. The list is long. Hope you recovered enough this weekend. You'll need it.
Hi everyone and welcome to this video on how to cope with Sunday scaries. My name is Ava, I'm a psychologist and head of content at FlowLab. We're a mental fitness app working to bring more productive and fulfilling flow states into the world with guided meditations tailored to your needs. If you want to try out the app, you can get 50% off the yearly. All instructions are in the description below. If you like our content, I'd be happy if you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We'll upload a new video every Friday. Some people wait the entire week to finally enjoy some free time on their weekends, only to feel like this. Sunday scaries is the popularized name for the anxiety and stress we may experience typically on Sunday afternoons when we mentally prepare for the week ahead. As the weekend comes to a close, we mourn after the fun we had on Saturday, perhaps are even a bit hungover or feel bad about not having enjoyed the weekend to its fullest. We anticipate a long week full of dread and to-dos and can't wait for the next weekend to come, just to start all over again in this rat race. We may have head or stomach aches, feel irritable, and can't shake intrusive thoughts about the upcoming Monday. Sundays have been found to be the unhappiest day of the week. And in a survey from earlier this year, almost 80% of the American respondents indicated that they have a hard time falling asleep on Sundays compared to other nights. So let's talk about potential reasons for Sunday scaries and how to cope with it. Part of the build-up tension may stem from the overwhelm when thinking about all the to-dos waiting to be urgently tackled tomorrow. Especially if Friday you was a lazy little procrastinator and finished early or did their work only half-heartedly, Monday you has to pay for it. To make it a bit easier for future you, which tasks can you already tackle or at least prepare on Friday? Maybe you can even schedule a deep work session on Friday where you focus your entire attention on these 1 or 2 tasks. Also, it can help to plan your upcoming week on Friday already to avoid a planning paralysis on Monday morning. You'll start your week more clear-headed and know better what to expect. Also, try to get enough sleep and, if possible, maintain a somewhat similar sleeping schedule to make it easier for you to get up in the morning. This may be easier said than done when staying up all night ruminating. So let's talk about our beliefs, expectations, and intrusive thoughts next. Perhaps you experience something commonly referred to as weekend FOMO, an underlying pressure to max out the weekend before the dread begins again. It's some form of productivity guilt that we discussed in an earlier video, which doesn't only have to do with productivity at work, but can also be about optimally using your leisure time. It's about the expectation that the weekend should be fun and exciting, even though you might feel like doing nothing because you also need to recover to be able to handle the daily stresses starting on Monday again. So one thing to start with is to establish a good work-life balance. This buzzword encompasses so many different concepts and we can only touch upon a few here. But to start with, you may ask yourself what makes your leisure time truly fulfilling. Do you feel the activities you're going after give you energy or drain your energy? Which things can you do that you're looking forward to? And maybe you're also doing too many things to fully enjoy each of them. So where are you perhaps overbooking yourself? And if we disentangle these expectations and beliefs even further, which convictions do you hold about your work or studies? Csikszentmihalyi, the Hungarian researcher who defined and studied flow states, mentions that freely chosen activities raise our level of happiness, while obligatory activities like schoolwork or work in general lowers it. Yes, we need to earn money somehow to pay our bills, and we need to study if we want to graduate. But if we only focus on what we have to do, we adopt this victim mentality where we feel like things only happen to us and forget our own room for action. A change in language can already support that mindset shift. Instead of saying, I have to do XYZ, whatever it is you're working on, say, I can, I decided to do, or even I want to do XYZ. Because you probably had good reasons to take this job or decide for these studies that you can remind yourself of. Ask yourself, what motivated you in the beginning? What can you do to find more meaning in what you're doing? Perhaps you can adapt or change your tasks, or ask yourself who would be worse off without your work, whose life are you making a bit easier, and who can you maybe also be a role model for. This is a great reflection that you can integrate into your Sunday evening routine to ease off the frustration or stress that have built up by the conviction that work is mandatory and therefore dreary, and guide your thoughts into a more positive direction instead. And if there's really nothing you can come up with about your work that gives you pleasure or a sense of meaning, you may consider looking for a new job or taking a new career path. Generally, to cite Csikszentmihalyi again, habits and coping behaviors developed by the individual will have an important effect. Hope, optimism, and the ability to experience flow can be learned and moderate one's level of happiness. Those who know us won't be surprised that this is a matter of the heart for us. We believe that flow states can improve our work and overall experience in so many ways, making an activity fulfilling, engaging, colorful, lowering the risk for burnout, and increasing a sense of meaning too. Instead of worrying about our performance or other people, we manage to fully absorb ourselves in what we're doing. We lose track of time, and it seems as if our thoughts and actions flow effortlessly. For flow, researchers generally refer to 3 preconditions: clear goals, immediate feedback, and a challenge skill balance. Ideally on Friday, take some time to define your goal for Monday. Write down as precisely as possible what you want to have accomplished by the end of the day. A challenging yet realistic goal, something where you can measure your progress, because this will also help you cover the second precondition, immediate feedback. For flow, it's crucial to get immediate feedback on where you stand in the journey, whether you get closer towards your goal or whether you need to adapt something. This feedback can come from another person, but also from the task itself. Say your goal is to finish an essay. You get feedback from the task by noticing how many words or paragraphs you've written. But this is of course not applicable to every task. For creative tasks, for example, it may be harder to measure the progress. But here, with a certain amount of experience, Csikszentmihalyi believes that this precondition can also be met by evaluating your progress and performance yourself. In this case, picturing how your audience will like your art piece or which elements still need to be worked on. You can even end your work week with a little reflection, summarizing what you've accomplished this week, which open loops there are, and which information, resources, equipment you perhaps need to continue. And finally, the most important precondition is to find the ideal balance between your perceived task demands and your perceived skills. Ask yourself whether you feel rather overwhelmed or bored, and how you can adapt your task or your perspective to find that sweet spot. We've mentioned that in many videos already, so if you want to know more about the challenge skill balance, you can, for instance, check out our video on the flow channel. Also, we have a video with 3 unusual tips to find flow states. I'll put the link in the info box too. Other reasons for Sunday Scaries can be of social nature. Perhaps you're afraid of getting snippy comments from your colleagues, not meeting the expectations of your micromanaging boss, or not feeling safe to openly share your thoughts within the team. In psychology, we speak of psychological safety to describe a team atmosphere where everyone feels safe to ask questions, share their concerns and ideas, and speak up during meetings without the fear of getting punished for that. This is, of course, a complex topic that involves many different people and is therefore not necessarily manageable by yourself. But still, you could think about the options within your control to create such a supportive environment. Is there anyone you can give feedback to? How can you give others the feeling of being appreciated and supported? Because this may make them feel safe too, so they have more capacities to support you in turn as well. Where do you perhaps also assume a bad intention, although the situation is ambiguous? Not all questions apply in any situation, but perhaps this can give you some inspiration on how this can look like. Jonas and I were thinking about making a video discussing how to create a good team atmosphere and psychological safety in more detail. If this is something you'd like to learn about, let us know in the comments. I hope this video helps you to enjoy Sundays too and start your week with a feeling of ease. If you like this video, it would be awesome if you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We appreciate every bit of support. Have a fantastic day and see you soon.